What's going on, guys? In today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at some tips and gear you can be using when shooting that epic concert night. But first, before we jump into it, I wanna show you guys a quick little video that I put together using these tips and gear so you guys can have an idea of what's possible. I'm gonna love you inside out. Let me see the dark side, just relax the bright. I'm gonna love you inside out. I'm gonna love you inside out. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you. What's going on, guys? Brandon Washington here, and if you liked that video, definitely hit that big thumbs up. But like I said earlier, we're gonna be taking a look at a couple tips and gear you can be putting together when shooting an epic concert night. Now, the first thing we're gonna jump into is gear. For this video, I used just two lenses and my Canon 80D. I used the Sigma 120-300 2.8, and I used the Canon 16-35 version 2 2.8. Both of these lenses I rented over from my friends at the Photo Rental Source. And so if you are looking for some awesome lenses to rent, definitely hit these guys up. They rent all over the US, so they can ship directly to you. So definitely check them out if you're in need for some lenses. Now, the reason why I went with these two lenses is because I wanted a nice wide lens that was at 2.8, because shooting at a concert, as you guys probably know, it's very dark. And so you want to get a lens that has an awesome aperture on it, so that way you can let in as much light as possible. But then on top of that, I also wanted a good zoom lens because I wanted to be able to zoom right up on the stage and get some really up close, sharp, crisp shots. And that's exactly what I got with the Sigma 120-300. With a lens like this, you get so many different possibilities because you have that zoom range. You know, you can get some wider shots, you can get some more uptight, close shots. And so that was probably the one thing I loved the most about this lens. The very close second was the fact that this lens also had image stabilization. So with shooting at 60 frames per second, you know, having that image stabilization, especially at 300 millimeters, it helped me to get some really buttery smooth shots that you realistically, I just don't think I've been able to get with anything else. Now, the only drawback to this lens is the fact that it is so heavy. I mean, this lens is massive. One, you're not gonna want to handheld this lens for very long. There's actually some screws on the bottom, so that way you can, you know, attach it to a tripod or attach it to a monopod, which in this case I did not bring because I was not trying to really bring that much attention to myself at the concert because I didn't have like a press pass or anything. So now that we got the gear out of the way, let's focus on three main tips you want to keep in mind when shooting your concert. And trust me, the third one is probably the most important. So the first, you have to make sure you get multiple angles. And multiple angles, there's different things. So when I say multiple angles, I mean you want to get wide shots, you want to get up close shots, you want to get medium shots. If you have the opportunity to move around the venue to get these different angles, definitely try your best, because the last thing you're gonna want is to get all your shots from one point of view. Now, I was lucky enough at the rodeo that our stage actually turns. And so with the stage turning, it allowed me to have the perspective of moving angles. However, if you don't have that option, try your best to move around and get some different angles. The second tip actually kind of goes hand in hand with the first, and that is make sure you get shots of the crowd. It's really easy to get caught up in the show and wanting to capture as much of the show as possible, but you got to make sure that you show the entire arena or show the entire scene. So getting shots of the crowd, even if they're too dark to really make out, still make sure that you get some type of silhouettes or get some ideas, some wide shots that show the scope of the concert, because it's definitely going to help bring your video all together, especially for those establishing shots. The third and final tip is get the shots you need and put away your camera and enjoy the concert. As creators, it's super easy to get caught up in making an awesome video, but sometimes we have to sit back and enjoy the moment. And so in my situation, I recorded probably the first 3 or 4 songs that they did. Then I put my camera away, I put the lenses away, and I just enjoyed the concert. And it was amazing. They put on an awesome show, and so I mean, I doubt the Chainsmokers will ever see this, but if they do, you guys did an awesome job on that concert. And so, you know, it's good to make sure that yes, you can capture an awesome video. Yes, you can get the shots that you need, but once you do, put away the camera, enjoy the moment, and make sure that you get the most of that time. But that's all I got for you guys this time. Those are my 3 tips along with the gear that I used to make this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And definitely if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that way you don't miss any of my future videos. I'm always doing videos over camera gear and, you know, video tutorials. So make sure you subscribe. And then if you thought this video was helpful, or if you know someone going to a concert, share this video with them and make sure that they know all these things before they go out, so that way they can capture the best concert possible. And lastly, if you captured some awesome concerts, send those videos to me. If you want to send them to me on Instagram, here's my handle. Also, if you want to send them to me here on YouTube, send them to me in a message, because if you guys add it to the comments, YouTube kind of blocks that because they think you're like spamming the comments. So send them to me in a message, and that way I can get back to you guys. Lastly, I said this at the end of my last video, so if you stuck around this long, thank you so much. But also, I'm gonna be doing a special video over how to get your drone license. A lot of you guys who've been following me for a while know that I have my drone license, and so I'm gonna be doing a special course on how to get your drone license. So make sure if you have any questions around that, you leave those comments down below so that way I can add them to the course. But until next time, I'll catch you in the next video.